What is up guys, Waggy2709 here. I am back today with another video. This time it's talking about my tattoo. Now I made a video the other day about how I sold a picture on the app IM, and that picture that I sold was a picture of my tattoo. I uploaded the picture, I think it was about 11 months ago, so probably got my tattoo about 12 months ago. But I just thought that a lot of people want to get tattoos but need to know the information and stuff. I've already made a video about my tattoo close to the time, but I'll make an update video now where I'm a bit more used to my tattoo now and know more about it, etc. So, just for reference, this is my tattoo. Obviously, it's about a year old now, so it's not quite as vibrant as it once was, especially on the tattoo. Especially on that picture, sorry. But yeah, I've had a year now to get used to it, come across any problems, etc. It's all going to be down in this video for you guys to know. Right, so off the bat, if you're wanting a tattoo, for me, my advice would be to make sure it is a tattoo that you really want. Whether it's a design that you really like or it's a tattoo that'll have meaning behind it. You know, just have a reason. Don't just go in one day and just think, stuff it, I want this, and just pick something random. Pick something close to you, whether it's just something silly that means a lot to you, or like I said, a really nice design that you really like. Make sure the design is what you want. That just do not pick a random design, you will regret it. I don't regret mine. It has a reason behind it. Just make sure yours does too. That would be my advice. Second, pick an artist that you are comfortable with. Look at reviews online, etc. Find an artist that is well known in your area. Don't just go for the cheapest one. But then again, don't necessarily go for the most expensive one either. The one that I went for was probably quite mid-range. It charges £50 an hour. So it's quite a mid-range price, really. For my area, I could have gone to a tattoo artist that was, I think, about £80 an hour. I looked at his work, and yeah, it was good, no question about it. But he also had like a 10-month waiting list, and you know, the guy that I went to, I liked his work, and he could fit me in a month, and he was reasonably priced, and I do not regret it at all. It worked out perfectly fine. You know, I was really happy with my tattoo. So make sure you look around, and pick the tattoo artist that you like. Don't just go off price. You know, look at his work. I'm sure they'll have a Facebook page, Instagram page, Twitter, something. They'll have something to show off their work. Look at their work and make sure that they are the ones for you before you book in, etc. For number 3, obviously, make sure you pick the right spot on your body as well. This often goes with picking out a design, I guess, but just make sure it's part of your body that you want it on. I've got mine on my leg because then it's not visible anywhere, and it can be well hidden, because where I worked at the time, it was a public place, and although I don't think they would have had too much of a problem with tattoos, the bosses above my boss might have, and I didn't want to run that risk of them coming in and seeing tattoos and be like, yeah, can't have him. So do be careful. A lot of places now are fine with tattoos as long as they've not anything too, like, nothing offensive. You know, don't just say F you on your arm or your forehead or anything, any swear words or any offensive material. Stick away from that. If you really want offensive material on your body, for whatever reason, at least put it somewhere that can be hidden, your chest, you know, up your legs, your back, etc. Places that aren't going to be on show if you really want offensive material for whatever reason. Otherwise than that, if it's not offensive, chances are you will be alright. Like I say, a lot of workplaces are very comfortable. You can go near enough every workplace has someone with a tattoo, whether it's police, working in a hospital, working in a local shop, etc. I suppose the only really like professions that might still be a bit funny is stuff like lawyers, I guess. But then again, they're usually like suited up and stuff, so you won't see them anyway as long as you don't get them in your hands. So yeah, for number three, I would say make sure it's on a part of your body that you're comfortable with and that you want. Um, Also, do think about how you design the look on that part of your body. So for number four, obviously you've thought about what design you want, you know what part of your body you want it on, and you've picked out your tattoo artist that you want. Obviously, get yourself booked in. Go with what the tattoo artist advises you to in terms of like sittings and stuff. A lot of people say, yeah, bust out in one sitting. Mine was a 5 hour piece. It was my first tattoo, my only tattoo. It was a 5 hour piece, and although I did all right with a 5 hour piece. I had a little break in between to get some food and stuff, but I was all right with having a 5 hour piece. Other people aren't necessarily going to be all right. I know people that really struggle and do about an hour tops and then cut it off. And then some people can sit through and do hours and then just casually sat there. It doesn't matter. So do go off what your tattoo artist advises you to. You might say, yeah, we'll do the outlines this day. Come back in like 2 weeks' time when it's fully healed, and then we'll do all the shading, etc. Just go off what their advice is. Don't just think, oh yeah, I'll be fine. Book me in to get it all done in one place. In one sitting. Don't necessarily do that. Listen to what the tattoo artist said. They're the best people to ask. Yeah, so listen to your tattoo artist for definite. And step five, when you've done it all, you've got your tattoo, hopefully you're very happy with it. Obviously, then you've got aftercare. A lot of people, if you Google tattoo aftercare, best thing to put in your tattoo, etc., or best thing to do when you've left your tattoo shop. For me, what I did, and this is what my tattoo artist advised me to, and when I've Googled it, it's often the same. You see a lot of people like wrap it up with like cling film and stuff like that to compress it, to keep everything in. My guy will like, no, don't do that. Just go home, wash it off gently, just rinse water over it. Obviously, it's got a shower because it was easy to stuff on my leg. It's got a shower. Avoid rubbing any soap on it for the first couple of days. Just let it breathe. Your skin has been damaged by these needles going in and out of it. Let your skin breathe. Wash it off with clean water, and then just keep your eye on it. And then after, I think it was 2 days, then you start putting stuff on it. Again, if you Google the best thing to put on your tattoo, and no doubt your tattoo artist will advise you to do this as well, as Bepanthen gel, or Bepanthen ointment, I should say. It's a nappy rash ointment, and although that might sound weird, it is the best to put on your tattoo because it's an ointment, so it puts up a protective barrier over your tattoo as well. It helps keep anything out. It moisturises your skin very well, which is the whole point of putting something on your tattoo in the first place, is to moisturise your skin. Otherwise it dries up and can crack and stuff like that. So put your ointment on. They will no doubt say that is the best thing for you, and it is. And that's what I tried. I think I did that for about a week. But for me, I was putting Bepanthen ointment on, and because it's an ointment, it takes a while to rub in. It's not like a cream. Cream you can rub in and it'll go in like, I don't know, literally a minute of you rubbing it in. An ointment, especially Bepanthen, you put it on and it leaves you very wet and sticky for a long time. Literally, I'd be laid for about 3 hours with my leg out, waiting for it to dry. So I did a bit of searching and I found Palmer's cream. It's literally just a cocoa butter cream. Put that on and it was fantastic, honestly. Maybe it's not just as good as Bepanthen. Maybe it's not quite as good as Bepanthen, but it is good enough. Trust me on that one. Palmer's cream, absolutely fine. Didn't affect my tattoo in any way. Moisturizes it very well. It's 24-hour moisturizer. It's very cheap as well. Let's get it from any sort of normal shop. You'll get it there. So yeah, that would be my advice for that. I put that on, like, I think I put it on twice a day. Just put it on in the morning and put it on at night. Like I said, it's 24-hour moisturizer, but I just put it on twice a day just to make sure. It's cheap, it's good for your tattoo. Google it if you don't believe me. It is good. Again, like I said, it might not be Panthen height of good, but it is very good. Like I say, if you don't want to put up with sticky skin and waiting hours on end for your skin to dry because you've put the ointment on, maybe try that. But I will say, first of all, try for Panthen ointment. Obviously, it is the best. A lot of people recommend it. Yeah, that's that. That's what you should do for aftercare, is just let it go, put ointment on it, etc. Let that seep in, and that's the best way to moisturise your skin. Another point of aftercare is a point that you will find like 2 weeks after, it becomes very itchy and you're very tempted to spend all day going like that to itch it off. But that is simply because your tattoo is starting to scab over, and this is perfectly normal. Don't think that because you've got a little bit of scabbing or you've got like a very clear skin over the top of it, it makes it look very misty almost, but it's just a very thin layer of skin that's going over the top of it. Don't think you're doing anything wrong by that. That's perfectly normal. But don't scratch it off either. It will come off in its own time. Although I found it very difficult. I don't know, everyone else does, but when it's starting to heal, it gets very itchy, and you really, really just want to scratch it. Like really, really want to scratch it. But the best way to deal with that, especially if a big piece like mine's kind of a big piece, you know, it's complete top of my leg. So if you get like that and you get really itchy, the best thing is to do like a little slap back just on the tattoo. Just slap it up and down. Don't slap and rub. Just do that. It just takes off the itchy feel, and it doesn't damage your skin or rub off any scabs or anything like that. So that would be my advice to cover that point. Trust me, I know it sounds silly and you can look silly, you can look daft as, oh, my girlfriend will piss herself laughing at me slapping my leg. But honestly, it just takes off that itchy feel and makes it so much better. So yeah, that would be my advice for that. Again, please do not itch it, please do not scratch it. It's going to damage your tattoo. Just slap it. It's the best way. That was, someone advised me to do that. I did that. Best thing, hasn't damaged it. All is well. Now, hopefully that is my list of things. I'm pretty sure I've covered most things. Just like I say, make sure you pick out a design you want. Pick out a tattoo artist that you want that will do you a good job. Again, tattoo artists, they sometimes specialise in specific designs. So if you want a black and white portrait of your grandmother, for example, some tattoo artists will specialise in doing portraits of people, and then some won't. Some will specialise in others, but will still try and do it. Some tattoo artists like, no, it's not my best. That's not my type of thing. I wouldn't do that. But some people will do it even if they don't think they'll do a good job. So do look around. Look for someone, if you can, that specialises in it. I didn't go to one that specialised in black and white, you know, tattoos, but I'm happy with his tattoo. So you might be able to get someone that isn't specialised in the exact tattoo you want. But if you want a specific thing, I would advise you to look for someone that specialises in that. If not, do someone that does, you've seen do something like that and you think it's good. That would be my advice for that. Obviously, again, make sure it's part of your body. Anything offensive, my advice is leave it off visible parts of your body. Like I said, stick to the top of your legs, your back and your chest, your front. Because when you're at work and stuff, that's all going to be covered up. Like I say, it's just for job security. If anything, leave anything offensive away. Having normal tattoos, like I say, usually are alright now. If you're not sure and you work somewhere, literally just ask your boss. Just say, I'm thinking about getting a tattoo. Can I get this tattoo on my arm or whatever, you know what I mean? And if they say yeah, then at least you've got peace of mind, then you're alright. But yeah, that's all my advice really. Stick to Panthen ointment. Try that out. If you don't like it, Palmer's buttercream will be good and dries like almost instantly. So yeah, that's my advice for tattoos. If you want to see anything more about tattoos or ask me any other questions, feel free to comment away or tweet me, etc. My Twitter and other social media links is in the description below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Adios.